A Plaguelands Media production.
3, 2, 1. Hey everyone, this is Hugh from Plaguelands Media bringing you another graphic novel review today, so cheers. I have always been a fan of the Marvel What If series. I think they are a lot of fun. My favorite What If comic, one that I actually owned back in the day, was What If the Hulk Had Killed Wolverine. I thought that comic was freaking amazing. Also, I have been a fan of the Alien franchise for a long, long time. Predator as well, don't get me wrong. A lot of you will say that Alien is a fantastic film, Aliens is even better, and then the movies kind of go downhill from there. Okay, they're not as good. The later films are not as good as the original Alien and Aliens. I still love them. There's just something about them that I just really fucking enjoy. I will even tell you that I have a nostalgic place in my heart for Alien versus Predator and Alien versus Predator Requiem, which I know those films aren't good. But the second Alien vs. Predator film was the first horror movie I ever watched with my cat Rio after I rescued him. He was a tiny little kitten. My wife was singing in a cantata, and I had him on my lap, and I put it on television and turned all the lights off and sat there watching it. And the first time the alien appeared, my cat just nuzzled his head in my arm, didn't want to watch the film, and went to sleep. It was fucking beautiful. Loved it. So, today I'm reviewing something that I didn't even know existed. Like, this book literally flew under the radar for me. It's a Marvel What If Aliens. Now, the premise to this book is a very simple one. This was a 5-issue kind of series, and it revolves around the character of Carter Burke. Carter Burke, played by Paul Reiser in Aliens, is the company man that Weyland-Yutani sends to Hadley's Hope with the Marines, with Ripley. And his whole job is to secure an egg, a specimen. He betrays Ripley and Newt in the film, and is ultimately captured by aliens, and his fate, we can assume he's dead at this point. This book, what if Carter Burke survived? What if Carter Burke got off the planets? What would that kind of be like? That's the story that this book tells. The art is really good. The covers are fantastic. The art is really good. The story is gripping, and we ultimately get to see almost a redemption arc. It doesn't end happily by any stretch of the imagination, but it ends on kind of a cliffhanger, which is what a lot of the What If Marvel stories kind of do. So, today I'm going to go through spoiler-filled What If Aliens. If you don't want to know what happens in the story and you want to go read it for yourself, which I highly recommend you do, go and watch another one of the Plaguelands Media videos. They're all fucking awesome. But if you want to know what would have happened if Carter Burke had survived, then stick around for the next episode of
Read a fucking book. Read a fucking book. Read a fucking book. People.
Okay, this is What If Aliens. Now, if you can hear some ticking in the background over the top of this video, I apologize, but my pizza isn't going to cook itself, and that is my lunch today. So, first of all, great cover, Alien Queen, Carter Burke, dead face hugger. What else do you want? If you have no idea what I'm talking about, then stop this video right now and go and watch movies from the Alien franchise. They are really a lot of fun. We have Alien Descendant, a collected edition, and then What If Aliens. Now, it starts with at Hadley's Hope from Aliens, where they've discovered that Carter Burke is a traitor and working for the Weyland-Yutani Corporation. The Marines confront him, and basically the aliens attack, and Carter Burke pisses off, shuts the door, and is confronted by an alien and strung up. And this is pretty much the last time we see him in the film. The Marines kind of go through shit. Burke escapes, sneaks on to the escape shuttle where we can kind of see the Marines being treated, and the escape shuttle gets back to the Sulaco. Ripley is fighting the alien queen, and they basically escape, which is the end of Aliens. Now, in this version, Carter Burke, there we go, that's a bit better. Carter Burke finds Ripley, Newt, and the other dude whose name I cannot remember because it's been so long since I watched Aliens, in their cryostasis chambers. He contacts Weyland-Yutani, and the dude is like, you done fucked up. And he's like, well, no. And they have a bit of an argument and whatnot. And we find out that Carter Burke releases the stasis chambers to the planet Fiona Fury 161, which is the planet from Alien 3, the prison planet. And he gets into cryostasis himself. He has now become the face of the fuck up. So we find him living on an asteroid 35 years later. He's living on this asteroid. His daughter is here as well. His wife has seemingly passed away, and he is hated by basically everyone because Weyland-Yutani blamed him for the Hadley's Hope fuck up. So this is kind of his punishment. He tries to reconnect with his daughter Bree. She is a miner on this asteroid, but she's not having any of it at all. And we find out that even though this is an asteroid, Weyland-Yutani, it's a mining asteroid to mine this precious metal. Weyland-Yutani have this dome over it that kind of makes it look like everyone is on Earth. And he's trying to kind of get his shit together, and then suddenly he sees this thing, and It's Cygnus. Now, Cygnus is a synthetic. Think of Bishop from the Alien films. And he has sent Cygnus on a mission to find an object. And that object is a xenomorph egg. This is the way that Carter Burke wants to kind of redeem himself with Weyland-Yutani. Now, there is a purpose to this, and it is altruistic, but this was a really cool end to the first issue. We find out that 35 years ago, Carter Burke found Cygnus and repaired him and sent him on this mission across the galaxies to find a xenomorph egg. So this, like Cygnus, has been gone for 35 years, and then he's finally come back with the xenomorph egg. And the reason Carter wants this egg is because the DNA of the alien can be used to rewrite human DNA and thus cure diseases and things like that. So he's actually wanting this egg in order to extract alien DNA to basically help mankind. In order to do that, the egg has to hatch, it has to latch onto somebody, and then Cygnus will, the synthetic, will take the face hugger out, not killing the person, so it doesn't become the chest burster, and then extract the necessary components needed to help cure diseases and things like that, which I thought was very, very interesting. Remember, this is a what if. It's Arbor Day, so he takes a bonsai tree down into the mines to talk to his daughter. His daughter wants nothing to do with it. And he is told to basically fuck off. We then discover that his wife isn't dead. She's in cryostasis. And the whole purpose of this is really to help Carter treat his wife and to make her well again because she was dying. Cygnus tells Carter of all the planets that he went to. I specifically like this one because that's the ship of the engineers from Prometheus. And they're trying to work out who can we use to impregnate with the face hugger. So Carter, while being altruistic, is still a bit of a prick at heart, which I fucking love that about his character. It's fucking great. So they go to the office where everyone fucking hates him on this asteroid, and they're trying to pick people, and they're having a really hard time because everyone has a sob story. And Carter just feels really bad about it. He's like, I can't pick him, I can't pick her. And then he gets a visit from this guy who is from corporate. He's from Weyland-Yutani, Mr. Yu. And he's here because there have been a number of complaints filed about Carter, pretty much all of them from his daughter. Carter has the gun that Ripley used, signed by Ripley. And while Yu is admiring it, Carter knocks him out and has decided he's going to be the guy that we use as the test subject. And then everyone's having a birthday party as they carry him into the room, tie him down, and they leave him with the egg. Yu reveals that he is in fact the son of Yutani from Weyland-Yutani, and he wants to make a deal with Carter. As they are kind of dealing, the face hugger starts to come out of the egg. And as it's about to jump on Yutani's son, Carter stops it, but it gets into the vents, and that's bad. So they hurry down to the mine. They're trying to explain to Carter's daughter kind of shit is going down. Carter's daughter and Yutani's son form a bond, but the facehugger is still out there. It lunges at Burke, but it is captured by Cygnus, who tosses it back into the vents, and they're all like, oh, for fuck's sake, dude, why did you do that? Now we're all fucked. So the facehugger comes out, jumps at Bree in the suit, and Bree kind of knocks it away. Cygnus is about to kill it, but Carter stops him because he needs the thing alive. And then as they are tracking it down, Bree's boss from the mines comes out of the elevator, and the facehugger jumps on him, and he basically gets impregnated. Bree and Yutani's son do the doo-doo, and they're both talking about dysfunctional parents. We find out that Wayland Yutani is going to leave, well, Yutani, I should say, is going to leave the company to the daughter, and the son is just sent on these backwards missions because the father thinks he is a complete fuck-up. While Cygnus is trying to retrieve the chestburster from this guy, it actually erupts, and they realize that it's not just an alien, it's a queen. Carter races to his daughter's suite, I guess. Realizes that she's kind of doing it with the Yutani son. Not happy about it, but tells her what is going on. And they decide to suit up and go and find this alien. So the three of them are in their suits. We discover that in the interim, Cygnus has actually been killed. They say, how can a synthetic be killed? But they find his body anyway. So they're going through the complex. They discover a warehouse. The daughter says there's only robots in there, but then they find all of these people kind of cocooned up, like the aliens usually do. And this kind of assumes that the alien queen has already been laying eggs. They find her, we see the eggs there, and they go on the offensive. However, Yutani's son betrays them, knocks them out. In his mind, if he can bring an alien egg back to his father, Wayland Yutani Corporation, he will kind of raise in status a bit, and so he betrays Carter and his daughter, and this is where his daughter discovers from him that this has happened to him before, and she never knew about it. They manage to escape because her daughter has like an acetylene torch, and they are kind of running for the officers, the people that hate Carter Burke. He's like, we've got to get them out of here. So he's kind of coming around to be more of a human being than the dickhole he was in Aliens. They kind of don't believe him, but he also lets his daughter know that they've got to go get the mother. When they get there, his wife's, I should say, cryostasis chamber is missing. So all of the employees in this final issue, all the employees are running. They really don't believe Carter. They think it's just a drill. And then the aliens start coming after them. And Carter says to his daughter, "You have to go. I'm going to go save these people." And he races back to his office. All the while, Yutani's son has escaped off planet and contacts his father and says, Carter's been keeping his wife alive with our funds. And his father's like, yeah, of course I fucking knew that. We can see that he's got Carter's wife here. He goes, yeah, well, I also got this as well. And he's got an egg. And his father's like, damn, boy, you done good. In the moment, the office workers on this asteroid are all freaking out. They're trying to find weapons and shit. Aliens burst out of the ceiling. And Carter manages to get to his office, grab Ripley's old gun, and go in there firing, thus saving all of the office workers who now have a newfound respect for him. He manages to basically kill a couple of these aliens. In the meantime, his daughter was like, fuck this, gets in her suit again and comes back, and she starts fighting. The aliens are going crazy. One of the office workers cuts off its tail but gets acid on her. Carter ends up killing it. And everyone has this newfound respect for him. And he and his daughter, he rescues the office workers, but then he and his daughter decide we're going to go after Yutani and we're going to get Mum back. And we get some variant covers which are really cool, of course. But that is What If Aliens? What if Carter Burke hadn't died in Aliens but had lived? What would his story be? I fucking love this. This was just a really great what if story, but it also showed you like the redemption arc, which I always enjoy redemption arcs in things like this. But it was just fun. The art was good. The story was good. The characters were awesome. Just a solid, a solid what if aliens story, I guess you could say. So nothing else to say here. If you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, leave a comment, do all of that good stuff. Tell all your friends they should become Little Plaguelandians just like you. But most important of all, please do Plaguelands Media a huge favor. Stay safe. Have fun. Enjoy the rest of your day. But most important of all, read a fucking book, people.